You just got wrecked.
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. So today is Sunday. Hope you're having an awesome day. Bitcoin is up 0.07% today. Well, we will take it. Actually, though, having a look at what happened in the past 24 hours, it actually was a bit of a wild ride. You could see we came down here to around $10,373 on futures, pumped up to around $10,932, and currently we find ourselves around $10,697. But do note that we are up from yesterday, so we are going to talk about that. I want to talk about the short-term price action. Also, we have Max Keiser coming out saying we're going to have a $15,000 Bitcoin by the end of this week. Well, you let me know what you think about that below. Also, friendly reminder, it is the Litecoin block reward halving, which is happening in about 22 hours, probably less time by the time you see this video. So today we're going to be talking about some really interesting things. I want to talk about the fact that South Korea potentially could have opened up the floodgates for the bulls. Also the fact that Americans are buying way more Bitcoin than I even realized. And I also just want to talk about some other surprises, which I'm not going to ruin it right now, but I do want to let you know that today's video is going to be a little bit short because the internet kind of sucks where I'm at right now, so I don't want to take 3 hours to upload a video. But that being said, having a look at Bitcoin dominance, we are at 66.6. What? All right, all jokes aside, so we have Max Keiser saying, I'm sensing Bitcoin will cross $15,000 this week. Confidence in central governments, central banks, and centralized fiat money is at a multi-decade low. Guys, let me know what you think. Do you think we're going to have a $15,000 Bitcoin by the end of this week? That's pretty far stretch, but I mean, anything is possible in Bitcoin land, right? If we smash through some of these resistances. But Max Keiser does say, I'm confident, so I just burned another $10,000 in USD shitcoin. Correlation does not equal causation, but whenever I burn a few thousand USD, BTC price goes up significantly. So, well, if it does go to $15,000, you know who to thank. So thank you, Max Keiser. But having a look over here, you are seeing neutral on BitMEX, but we're seeing Binance is a buy, Bitfinex is a strong buy, and Bitflyer is also a buy as well. Oddly enough, the shorts, however, are still higher than the longs. So what is going on in the market? So let's dive in. Let's have a quick look. Well, having a look at the chart right here, you do notice that we are sitting back above this parabolic advance that we started way back here at the beginning of April. So this is pretty good news. I like to see us above this line. This definitely is showing me more bullish, movement in the short term. So if we do stay above this, you could see that pretty much if we were to fall down straight and get supported, that would only put us at around a $10,200 Bitcoin, right? You could see we've just been smashing resistance after resistance after resistance. I don't really have to talk too much about this chart. It's been relatively bullish for the past few days. You can see, though, if we can't tend to put in any higher highs or at least get above some of these lower highs that we had made, not talking about the $14,000 level, well, then we could end up bouncing around in this triangle for a little bit longer, which would basically drag us all the way out to the second week of September. But if we do fall below this, keep in mind that we are still in this descending channel, which could be bearish if we fall below the $9,382 level, okay? But I'm not trying to be a bear today. I just want to be realistic. You do notice that we did put in a trend change. You had the blue triangle on the market cipher, which does indicate a trend reversal. So the trend was going down short term. So does this mean that now we're headed bullish? I'm not too sure because we have put in some red candles currently. So we'll have to keep our eyes on that moving forward. But just once again, talking about key levels, we are in this blue box zone, which is good as long as we maintain around here. There's two levels though that I do want to point out, and that's on the VPVR, which is the most accumulated, levels, right, volume-wise. So we do have this level right here at around 11,348, and we have this other one, which we're currently, basically sitting right on at around 10,587. So breaking above the VPVR at 11,337 would be pretty good short-term, and then you obviously know these other key levels we have would be, 11,700, which I pretty much sound like a broken record on this channel talking about 12,746. Then we have to get above the high. And finally, the next level would be that $14,880 level. Now, if you think we can come all the way up there, let's see what that would be. If Max Keiser thinks we're going to 15K, what would the gains be just this week? That would be a almost 40%, 40% gains, which would pretty much eradicate everything that's happened over the past few weeks. So that would be pretty interesting. But hey, guys, Mike Novogratz over here, will we go below 5K? He says, I don't think so, but don't listen to me. Let's play the clip and then we'll keep on going.
You've got a huge amount of crypto. You do. But what do you think the normal person should have? It is 1% we've heard.
I think 2 to 3%.
Do you think...
I have 7% of my net worth in gold right now.
Do you have more in Bitcoin or more in gold?
More in Bitcoin.
More in Bitcoin. Do you
but
think...
I'm speculating.
You said... now you think it's a 10 to 14,000 rate? You think will it ever go back to 5?
I don't think so.
All right, well, because like I said, Wi-Fi sucks, we're not going to get to play the end of the video, but yeah, he says people should own a lot. He owns more Bitcoin than gold, so that is pretty interesting. Also, Alistair Milne just pointed out, woke up to this headline in the UK's most read newspaper, The Sun, says dry supply, Bitcoin supply is running out as 85% of all coins now mined, and experts say price could soar. So, this could definitely be sparking some FOMO in the retail investment community, but you know what might even spark some more FOMO? Having a look at this stock to flow ratio chart. Now, we've been talking about this on the channel for quite some time. Shout out to Plan B, but I just wanted to do a friendly reminder that this thing, he says, is becoming scary. Using October instead of December data. Now, this is a little bit older of a tweet, guys. This came out on July 14th, but it's still completely relevant. You know, he says sampling without all-time high gives less noise, so he predicts once again Bitcoin will probably be $100,000 by 2020, 1 million by 2024, and yes, 10 million by 2028. And if you guys haven't seen my video on the $10 million Bitcoin potential, well, you should definitely check that out because it's possible, guys. It is definitely possible. Now, here's the interesting data I wanted to talk about US, right? So they talk about Square's Bitcoin sales since the first quarter of 2028, and they're showing a steady increase in Bitcoin purchases by Americans, right? So far, US traders have bought more than 60,000 Bitcoin from Square Cash App, which is around 365 million. Might I add, despite the fact that every single day I wake up, a new exchange is banning US citizens, but we are relentless nevertheless, and the number of Bitcoin bought per quarter has increased for 5 straight quarters as shown by the figures released. In fact, here's something really interesting that I'm going to get into. Barry Silbert of the Digital Currency Group forecasted that trillions of dollars could flow into Bitcoin in the US alone within the next couple of decades. So Silbert based his claims on the fact that the baby boomer generation will be retiring over the next 25 years, causing a massive wealth transfer to millennials who appear to have a strong affinity for Bitcoin's investment. And also, speaking about that $10 million Bitcoin, if you have not seen this video, $10 million Bitcoin Endgame, you need to watch it. Check it out. I will drop it below. But you can see right here, Tom Lee talks about millennials entering the period for basically investing and buying homes. And we can see that based on the data, a lot of them are looking to hedge into Bitcoin opposed to traditional stocks, okay? So that's just something to consider. Like I said, definitely check this video out. $10 million Bitcoin Endgame. Shout out to Token Vision. But you can even see right here, if we go over to CoinDance stats, which I'll drop below, look at this. So we have obviously gender. We know that still crypto is a relatively male-dominated space, but females' participation is starting to get bigger. We have 9.91%. And I remember when I first started making videos, it was only about 4% female. So that's pretty good. We're seeing more interest, but this is what I really want to talk about right here. Engagement by age. So you can see that 47.95% is from 25 to 34-year-olds, and you can see 28.33% is 35 to 44-year-olds, okay? So that is really what I wanted to point out right now. You could also see 18 to 24, 9.34%. I'm not too sure 100% where they're getting all of this data from, but yeah, if you guys haven't checked out CoinDance, I mean, this is the place to go if you guys want all the data on basically everything Bitcoin related. So I'll definitely drop that below, but you can see right here that, yeah, it looks like the millennials and, yeah, also we have, like I said, 35 to 44 and 18 to 24 are looking to also probably most likely invest in Bitcoin. But here's the other thing, okay? And this is sort of, piggybacking off of what Max Kaiser said. You have fears of world economic turndown that have basically been spreading between economists lately as US-China trade war escalates and Britain heads faster and faster towards a no-deal Brexit. Well, some people are wondering what is happening. Are we entering? Are we headed towards a financial economic global crisis, right? I mean, like, guys, I don't want that on this channel, but it's possible. It could happen. And they say on top of all of these uncertainties affecting the market, many economists are predicting a general economic slowdown due to the explosion of several world economies over the last decades. We've talked about Venezuela, Zimbabwe, right? Massive inflation. So as economies all over the world run into more and more issues, many people are starting to consider decentralized alternatives, obviously like Bitcoin, as a place to save, hedge, or even just spend. Now, here is the kicker. This is the big story right here. So we have Basan. I realize it's a few days old, guys, but what can I say? I've been traveling. It's difficult to get all the information out, but Basan has been declaring a regulation-free zone, or it has been declared a regulation-free zone for blockchain development by South Korea's national government. So basically, Zug, Switzerland is said to be one of the models for the zone. They say that the second largest city in the country by population will host a wide range of blockchain offerings related to finance, public safety, and tourism. A total of 11 regulations have been lifted for the project. It's expected that investors will move around 29.9 billion won, or roughly $25 million, into the region by 2020. So other elements of the program include a public safety offering by Coinplug, which claims to be Korea's largest holders of blockchain patents. The development will include an app which allows citizens to video natural disasters and crimes and send the files to the appropriate authorities. It says complete with location information. So a reward system will encourage the use of the app. The next stage will involve a database that will allow for the storing and sharing of information. However, guys, the region won't be completely regulation free. However, ICOs will not be allowed. Surprise, surprise. But hey, guys, it's a step in the right direction. Baby steps, right? Baby steps. Okay. Baby steps, talking about baby steps. Will this thing ever get launched? Well, according to what they're saying, yeah, Bakkt apparently is looking to finally launch in Q3. Hopefully, I mean, they were supposed to launch in December of last year. So, I mean, push it back any farther. We literally have an entire year that we're having to wait if we have to wait for Q4. So it says that the New York-based company is still waiting on approval from the New York Department of Financial Services to run Bakkt Warehouse. Of course they are. Of course they're waiting on New York. So that this would enable the company to function as a limited purpose trust company and operate as a qualified custodian for the physical Bitcoin underlying its Bitcoin futures contracts. And like I said, physically settled Bitcoin futures, this is going to be absolutely massive. Also, if you guys are interested, I do have the Bakkt document right here if you want to read it, so this is basically their I forget what you call this, a deck, slide deck, whatever the hell this thing's called. So check that out if you guys want. Also, I know that my XRP Army fans are definitely celebrating. MoneyGram has gone live with xRapid, which is using XRP. So congratulations to everyone out there. And XRP price is not doing anything. I don't know why. Hey, it's up 0.32% Bitcoin though. Actually though, interesting. If you actually take the Bitcoin price away, it's been really, really flat for XRP. So, I mean, I haven't charted any XRP recently, but could be looking for a pop. I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think about that. What else we got in here? Walmart has applied for a cryptocurrency patent that is basically looking to be sort of what Libra's doing, right? So in their application, they're basically saying that it's going to be tied to regular currency. I would assume probably the dollar. The filing suggests that the proposed coin could help provide finance for those with limited access to banking services. Pretty much the same thing that Libra is claiming. They said using a digital currency, low-income households that find banking expensive may have an alternative way to handle wealth at an institution that can supply the majority of their day-to-day financial and product needs. So that is pretty good news. Also, Brian Armstrong of Coinbase has come out and talked about their 5-year plan. He says he wants the exchange to take a leading role in the dissemination of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. He also views Coinbase as a catalyst for political change, claiming that the platform could play a role in impacting law creation and crypto regulation. He says the vision for Coinbase is creating more economic freedom for every person and business across the world, and they're looking to get about 10 million or more people using cryptocurrency. Well, currently they just crossed 30 million, so I definitely think if we break an all-time high, you're going to see that next retail bubble, and I think Coinbase will probably have their 100 million people using the app. Also, just if you guys are beginners, I thought this was a cool thing recommended by Eric Voorhees. It's basically 9 of the best books for crypto beginners. You have Digital Gold, What Has Government Done to Our Money, Bitcoin Standard, The Social Singularity. So check this out, guys, if you're getting in, and obviously education is the key. And before we go, I thought this was a really freaking cool article. So it's a story about a guy who did almost like a local Bitcoin swap where he met a dude and, he gave him $3,000 in cash and then he sent him Bitcoin, but the guy accidentally sent him the Bitcoin twice. So now, Bitcoin transactions are non-reversible. This guy could have just up and ran and just left and said, screw it, but he actually ended up returning the money, okay? And this is what he wrote right here. He said, to anyone wondering why I'd give that 1.07 Bitcoin back, he says, Bitcoin is not just about value or wealth or power, it's about people. People are more important. And on that note, I think that is where we should leave it, because I freaking love you guys. That's why I get up every single day and make these videos, even when I have absolutely no internet and I'm traveling and it takes 3 freaking hours to upload the damn video. I can't wait to get back home to my studio where it takes me 5 minutes to upload a video and I have a green screen and I can hang out with you guys because you're freaking awesome. But that being said, if you guys do want to get a hold of me, you can join the Telegram group. It's absolutely free. I try to pop in there as often as possible. Sometimes I can't, but that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for all of your continued support. You guys freaking rock. You're the reason that I do this every single day. I love you. You're awesome. Thank you for supporting the channel. Everyone that's been using the referral links below, it does help to support me and allow me to continue bringing you all of this free content. That's it for me, guys. That is it. I've had enough. It is Sunday. Go relax. Tomorrow is back on the grind. You guys know that. Tomorrow's video, by the way, is probably going to come out a little bit later.